Hello, my friends. Uncle Misha is here, and this is another episode of Inside Out Electronics where we try to take a look at this Sony stereo cassette deck TC-K22. I was given this cassette deck, otherwise it would go to garbage, or I don't know what would be the fate of it, but I have it, and apparently it needs some attention. So, Sony TC-K22, I think this is deck of. Beginning of 80s, something like 83, 84. Then there is nothing really to write home about. This is regular, uh, let's say consumer level cassette deck. It features sandust infrared head. It has only one motor, so for capstan and a reel. And it features all four types of tapes, like type 1, 2, 3, and 4. It has only Dolby B, noise reduction, and that's pretty much it. The only fancy stuff about it probably is sandust and ferrite head. Yeah. So what's the issues with this little cassette deck? First of all, the power button doesn't hold. Second, looks like all those buttons, record, playback is sort of works, but record, rewind, and record button do not. Even if I put the tape in, it still doesn't press it. So we have to take a look at the tape mechanism and to see what the issue is. So it's very simple deck. It doesn't even have. It doesn't. It what it has, all inputs and outputs just like that. They not sockets on the back. They are just wires. So this is another indication that this deck is some sort of prosumer level, nothing fancy. But actually, if you look at the front panel, it's in really good nick, and it's very simplistic, and it's not too huge like my other, for example, Sony TC-K60, which is like almost twice taller than this one. And this pretty lovely faceplate. I really like it. So I decided to give it a shot to see if you can fix it easily and to see what's inside, and we can compare it with other Sony decks that I have or I repair. Let's try to power it up and see what's happening here. Alright, so we have our most favorite tape deck, Garavi Sokak, and we're gonna give it a shot. Sorry, tape deck, I mean tape. Very interesting action of the cassette mechanism here. So it's sort of like floats. You see, it's not just bam bam, it's like this and then like this. So it's kind of never seen this action before. And obviously, in order to play it, I have to hold the power button and play. As you see, it plays. So yeah, it doesn't rewind, doesn't pause works. So you have to take a look at that. Yeah, this is really wibbly wobbly, but the counter works, so that's good. It actually rewinds pretty quickly, so I assume the belts are fine and maybe idler tire is fine as well. So we have to take a look at the tape mechanism to understand what the heck is going on. Let me also try some headphones and see if it actually produces any sound. It seems to be it's playing okay. What I don't like about this sort of decks that they don't have, they lacking the output for headphones, so you can adjust the volume of the headphones. So this is only for a record level, that's it. So if you want to have adjustable headphone volume, you have to use your amplifier if you have one. So in this particular case, this is sort of useless tape deck because it does not have volume for the headphones. Right, seems like it produces some music. Both channels are working. Yeah, it's working actually fine. Not gonna test any other features before we actually get inside, because I don't think there is any reason to actually play with like a microphone and line in and out. So I really would like to see what's inside, so let's get to it. So our patient over here has only 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4 on each side. So those are faux veneer wooden panels. I was never really big fan of those. Let me see if actually this can be used without those wooden panels. Because sometimes some decks actually looks fine without them. What? Okay, that's interesting. Looks like they are attached to the top. Every time I open some of that old vintage equipment, every time I learn something new. That's kind of cool. Okay. Okay, I see. That was just, oh my gosh. Look at this. They were just sliding in. Yeah, look at those. Just like this. Chick. Crazy. Crazy. Okay. Alright, so it's surprisingly locking. Wow. It's much less stuff than in my other decks. Wow. Okay. Beefy motor over here, a controller. Very nice contraption to open the door. Actually, I like it way more than in my other decks. I'm curious if I can actually borrow it. So yeah, this is very nice. I'm curious what the heck happened with the tape mechanism. Why the rewind and the rack buttons are so stuck. Okay, so we have two probably Dolby amplifiers chips over here. As you see, first of all, the PCB is very small in comparison to my other like TC-K5, TC-K60. Also, they have only one switch over here, so this is very similar and actually quite angled. You see that? It's like not 90 degrees, nor not perpendicular to the board. It's just angled. Weird. I don't see canned the bias oscillator. There is a whole bunch of stuff is missing here. I'm not sure what's going on. There is a little op amp. Yeah, right. Yeah, it is op amp. Two amplifiers. Right. That's like it's really simplistic. Oh my god. Clearly this is the power supply. What this wire goes to. This wire is probably for the light bulbs, so it's one of the tops on a transformer here for the light bulbs. This is probably bipolar power supply, maybe like, for example, plus minus 12. Ah, no, never mind. I see only one. Oh, no, it still could be, yes. Bipolar power supply, maybe bipolar power supply. What do we have here? Yeah, it's very simplistic. I'm slightly underwhelmed, but that's all right. It's obviously, yeah, it's one-sided load.
Over here, this board highly likely is motor controller, because seems like motor is not just a simple motor, it's probably kind of servo control or anything like that, because it has its own motor controller, and there is a shielded wire getting into it. Okay, there are some switches right here. I do not see solenoid, so I'm not even sure this thing has auto stop. Wow, yeah, maybe it doesn't. Yeah, I don't see a solenoid. Interesting. Where are those two teeny tiny wires? Where are they going? Okay, so looks like this case probably was used, or at least this part was used by some other configuration, because look at the many holes over here, right? So it's just maybe even, no, not this one. Okay, let's just turn it upside down and see what we have. So there's several panels. I assume if I, okay, this is transformer. Okay, not gonna touch that. Let's see what the heck is this. Can do this. I need a different screwdriver. This is like a bottom of the tape Mac. Let's see. What is that about? Aha. It's some crumbs. Okay, it's access to heads. It's some kind of sticky tape, like I probably just remove it. Yikes. Ugh. Just to keep those all together. What's happened? How? Those buttons so stuck. Yeah, clearly I need to disassemble it. I guess those screws right here is to disassemble the tape mechanism. And it is differently looking, like in it's a different tape Mac that I get used to. So it's completely different, because the Sony TC-K60 and TC-K5, they're actually sharing the same tape Mac. This one is different, substantially different. Okay, let's try to disassemble it. Okay, one screw here, one screw over here. But because this is sparsely populated inside, that means that it will be easier to pull the tape mechanism out. Now let's just unscrew right here. I'm not sure about this guy. Also, okay, that's something. I think there is some movement going on here. Still something holding it. Maybe actually this screw has to be removed. Oh wow. Huh. Oh, that was hard. Okay. What's holding you? my friend, huh? Okay, I think it just needed to be lifted in the right direction. Ta-da! Okay. Heck. Oh no, 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 touch this, no, no. Oh, alright guys, I will try to explain you what's going on here. So, this is the front of the cassette deck. I have this tape Mac propped on a piece of like peel box because it's very hard to work on. And in order to actually engage a record button, I was able to actually free it. So here it is, like as you see, barely see that. Here's the record button engaged. I had to. So now this is stuck. So I have to like press this guy. Yeah. So yeah, I clearly gonna use some lube. I have, where is it? I have prepared it. Here we are. I have this silicone lube, super lube. I'm gonna try to apply it right there. Also, I have spray can of silicone, this similar lube but in spray. I have to think about it, which one better to use, because the spray one I can put it all over the place when it's not supposed to be, for example on idlers or on, as you see, this capstan over here. Obviously it's going to be pretty bad idea to put lubrication on those. Otherwise I will try to squirt a little bit more of this. So probably I'm gonna just start from this. I'm not gonna even use the spray one because it's quite a bit dangerous. Unless I found a oil which actually drips slightly. I'm gonna drip a little bit here. So let me play with it first, and I probably gonna do it off camera because it's very hard to operate this guy. Also, I noticed that, for example, there are some of the places they have lube which is actually lube like this here, and some places like have this sort of lube which is dried up as whatever, as pretty much plastic. So I'm assuming that over here on this button there is this sort of dried up lube, hence it's not working. Let me dig a little bit more and I'll continue from here. Okay, I've done the gravity do the job. I also applied a little bit of this sort of compressor oil. It's very light. Also, in order to loosen the playback, the record button, I applied a little bit of this lubricant, and I applied it straight close to the let me show you, it won't be easy. I'll try. Okay, I applied it right here, right, squirted a little bit and loosened the record button. So now it's more or less operational. Let me again try it again just to make sure. So let's put tape in to engage there. Right, now we see the record button is easily pressed together with playback. Yeah. And not just pressed and released very easily. And other buttons too, like for example rewind and forward. So here we are. I think also I lubricated the other things, like for example door open mechanism, because it was kind of a little bit grindy and scratchy, so I lubricated everything I could. So now let's try to assemble it and try to play some music. So putting the tape Mac back in is a bit of pain in the ass here because it's really many things sort of interfering here, and there is no really clear path how the heck this thing's supposed to go in. Okay. Something is not okay. Something still is not good. So first of all, the head wires of heads, they are interfering big times. This, when you're gonna insert the door, better to open it and just slide it through, because it interferes. It's really hard to understand why it's not. Yeah, there is something pushing it from the bottom. Let me see. Probably those head wires. I'm kind of wondering what the heck is that supposed to mean. Okay, oh, took me some time. Jesus, like, people who designed this shit. Yeah, took me some time in order to actually put it together. So the clearly head wires are in a way, and it just took me forever to manage to do things in same time and pull the wires in same direction and things like that. Also, it is very easy to scratch, a little bit scratched right here. I don't know if you see that, you see these scratches, because yeah, well, probably should have anticipated that and like put some kind of tape to make sure it's not gonna be scratched all over the place, but whatever, silly. What's going on here? Are you gonna go back? Frick. No, it does not align. Yeah, so this is like one of the worst tape Macs I used to work. It's annoying as hell. Okay, I'll fiddle with this later. Okay, well, let me take on the bottom side to see what's going on there. Phew! So, now when we address this tape mechanism, I think we have to address the power button, because it's not locking. So the power button. So in order to get power button off, we have to remove completely this front panel, okay, and to see if we can repair something. But before I do that, I thought that could be useful to actually run some lubricant on switches, because I know by the history of other Sony decks that switches are quite important. Especially this guy. So this guy is a record playback switch, and on my other Sony TC-K22 deck it was doing, oh my god, look at the quality over here, look at those capacitors, just look at these capacitors, they're all like drunksters. Yeah, also I'll spray some into the record. Hope there is a hole. Yep, I hope it's gonna be fine. And while it's drying out, I'm gonna think, how can I open this front panel and fix the power button. Yes, I think it'll be good enough. Yeah, this guy doesn't have too many switches, but yeah. So let's just take a look how to remove the panel. Looks like front panel removal is pretty straightforward. You don't even have to, I think you don't have to. I think you don't have to actually undo any of the knobs. What's going on here? Come out, please. Sort of stuck on this angle. Yeah, the quality of work is so here. Is it holding something? Oh, of course. Me being stupid. Hope I didn't break anything. Yeah, that's better. Okay, here we are. There is the access to this is how it looks like without front panel. And Okay, here's our front panel. This is metal, this is plastic. Yeah, I see this screw, the plastic here. Okay, let's put it aside. It's actually in really good shape. Put this back on and see if you can disassemble the power button. Okay, power button. Okay, this knobby. Oh wow. Oh, hope it's not glued. There is no... I feel like it's broken. What's going on there? Okay, have to use the flat. It clearly looks like it is glued. Huh. Yep. Wow. So someone glued it? Why would you do that? Stupid. Okay, here we are. This is our switch. Obviously it's shut down because otherwise I'll get shocked. So this is our switch. So in order to get, oh my god, I don't want to disassemble this guy, but looks like I have no choice because highly unlikely I can find something like that somewhere else, unless I just put like a regular flip-flop switch or something. But I prefer to have it original. This one, it's actually not broken. It's weird. Weird it was glued. Okay, so I guess I have to disassemble it. Ha, that's really stiff. Yeah, I have history from the back at the time when I was actually disassembling sort of this kind of switches, because and try in attempt to repair them. Yeah. Alright guys, I tried to repair this switch without any actually good success. The problem is that over here, this little the spring which is supposed to lock the switch is not working. Looks like inside this push whatever rod there is in the plastic indentation, and this little metal pin is actually properly like how to say, locks it and glides in it. From what I gather, the this metal pin actually worn this plastic push pin too much, and it just doesn't lock anymore. No amount of lubrication and springy action gonna save it. So I'm gonna deem this switch irreparable. I'm gonna just for now short this and that, and gonna use the I use just power plug to power it on and off. Unfortunately, I don't really have any good replacement, so I have to source something, maybe from some old gear. I'll be able to find something out to salvage something out. So yeah, if you have any ideas, please fire a comment, but for now I'm gonna just short it. Maybe I use some rocker switch or anything like that, but for now, yeah, it's gonna be just a cosmetic. All right, let's assemble it in original shape, and let's try to play some music and see how it actually plays and records. Well, after I solve the power issues, of course. Okay, it seems like we successfully... So what I've done, successfully actually jammed the button. So what I've done, I've wrapped around the wire in such a way that it permanently keeps the button pressed. I didn't even solder anything, so now button is just permanently pressed. That's it. Piece of copper wire keeps the button pressed. Don't even solder anything. Too much hassle. So let's take a look at the overall construction of the tape deck. Now we kind of sort of already looked all over the place, and I want to just bring your attention to the fact that over here all those capacitors, they just installed willy-nilly. They all like someone just like jammed in the elbow right here, right? So there is nothing really nice and straight. Everything is crooked. So even okay, well, it says made in Korea. I thought Korea actually means like good quality and stuff like that, but looks like whoever actually constructed or manufactured this DAC didn't really bother much of a like production and soldering quality. So yeah, it's done willy-nilly. Now just like take a look on the bottom here, because I removed the cover. Okay, what do we have right here? So this is the bottom of the PCB, and it seems to be, it's not too bad here. I don't see any like terrible soldering jobs. Hope those wires still intact, because I was really yanking on that. Like here's the head kind of compartment. So yeah, it's actually not too bad. There is some bunch of unpopulated stuff, including some sort of IC302. Not sure what is that supposed to mean and what kind of model it designed for. I'm not really familiar with Sony, in a matter of fact, what sort of like other derivative models or older or more advanced models are. It says log amp. Whatever log amp means. Here's equalization amp, recording amp. Actually, it's written microphone amp. What else do we have here? Yeah. Dolby noise reduction, power and mute. Okay, it's not too bad. Bias mute. Okay, so there is some kind of explanation on the PCB. What is this, by the way? Also, PCB feels like it's bowed. Like, I don't know if you pay attention. This like it's bowing like this. So if you look over here, the PCB is actually going like that. It's yeah, I'm not sure what the heck is going on here. Let me take a picture. I'm not sure if I wouldn't be able to actually illustrate it. No, it doesn't really look okay. At least I'm gonna take some photos of the PCB, of this little PCB with a motor, just for the historical reference. Okay. So yeah, as I mentioned already, it has only two ICs. So those are two Dolby noise reduction chips for left and right channel, and there is, I'm not sure what is this kind of headphone and meter amp. So this is headphone and meter amp. All right, so this is certainly, I'm not sure if this is headphone amplifier over here with the with this op amp. Not 100% sure, but yeah, a whole bunch of stuff is missing here. Not sure what's that about. Power and something. So power clearly is over here. So this is power supply. This is bunch of stuff is unpopulated. What's kind of interesting that they also show traces. All those gray lines, those are traces, which is on the other side, which is really cool because you can have a extra reference what goes where. That's nice. Let me actually let me put it all together and let's try to play some music and see where we are. Maybe I'll try some speed tape and calibration tapes to see like you know, what's the speed, to see what are the record and playback levels, and then we can judge if we want to spend more time tweaking this guy or not. Alright guys, I just realized something, that before I actually put it all together, I need to do all the measurement tests if I need to modify something, like, you know, so I would need access. So let's actually play without any. So this is our speed calibration cassette. It's supposed to be, wait, what the speed is? 440 Hertz. Okay, let's see. 440 Hertz. Let's play it. Where is the play button? Okay, well, it would be nice if I would power it up before try to play. Okay, now it is powered up. The belt is spinning. Yes, and again, don't remember where is the play button. And it is 444. It's actually not too bad. I'm not sure if that how it looks to you. It looks like to me on the screen on the cell phone it's like twitching like no tomorrow. I hope it's gonna be okay. So 400. Okay, I slightly reduced the speed. This is looking good. So speed wise it is really good. Okay, let's put back our speed calibration cassette and let's take our level cassette, which that would require actually looking at the VU meters in order to understand what's going on. Okay, so now you see the VU meter and let's try to play. Yeah, that sounds weird. Whoa. It's crazy. It's killing it. Okay, that's supposed to be a level calibration tone 315 Hz at 0 dB. So clearly there is a little bit of a problem here because it shows like gazillion dB. It's just like, yeah, it's too much. It shows 5 VU. A 0 dB is actually supposed to be, it's 0 dB at Dolby B, so it's supposed to be at least 3. So this is clearly too much. So you have to calibrate it down. So you have to calibrate it. For that, you need to locate service manual, which I do have. Then you have to find the a playback level calibration and then adjust playback level. And then we're gonna take a look at the record level. All right, my friends, we have assembled this unit all together. And now I have prepared, I think I can, yeah, no, I can't. I prepared the cassette and it now in recording mode. And now we're gonna try to record something. Let's give it a shot. I also gonna record from a cell phone. Probably not the best solution, but hey, let's do it. I'm monitoring the record using these headphones. Okay, well, like I'm gonna let it record and then we're gonna listen. All right, let's give it a try, what we recorded. It's not bad. Let's give it a bit of spin. Yeah, I like it. So that's pretty much it, I think. I think we repaired and restored this cassette deck to its original, or almost original, except the power button. Have to figure out that one. To its original shape. So I think it's a success. And if guys you that you found this video helpful, if it helped you to restore TC-K22, this I will be happy and that's mean the success. So if you guys want to see a little bit more or more videos related to stereo equipment and repair some old vintage gear, please follow my channel, subscribe, and if you have any comments, please comment below. I'll be happy to hear from you. And I'm gonna actually shoot complete demonstration video of this particular track, so stay tuned for another video where I feature cinematic effects with this cassette deck. So thank you for watching and see you next time. Ciao.